Hey, this is Dean from Autotech. We are here with another post-repair inspection. This vehicle was repaired at a chain shop local to us. And when they originally did a repair, they had his vehicle in for 2 days. They replaced his door with a junkyard door. They took his fender off the car, painted his fender and the door off the car, knocked it out, had him back to him pretty quickly. When he first picked up his car, he was kind of upset because it didn't look good. He noticed the rubber underneath was all bunched up. I forget all the issues he had up front. I know they originally built him for a mirror to repair. They never painted it. There was also a big stain in the paint here where they wrote on there, no blend, because for whatever reason they didn't want to blend the color to make it match, and there's clearly a mismatch up front. He was going to schedule in with this. The insurance company turned around and referred him to another larger chain shop. I guess expecting he was going to get a better job, and basically this is what he has now. So when he picked up his vehicle, he had even more problems, and he was pretty upset. So this time he brought it back to us and said, hey, look into it and see what's going on. So essentially what you have is you have kind of a sloppy paint job, a lot of dirt in the paint. There was nicks that were never repaired. They reused his emblem and retaped it and stuck it back on instead of buying a new one. The jam should be a semi-gloss, not a gloss like the outside of the car, so that when you open up the hood, it looks different from the other side. This door's been painted so many times, it's actually got about 3 or 4 paint jobs on it. It's up to 13 mils of paint, and it's actually starting to crack over here and up here. Inside of the door, since it was a used door, they reused all of the guts out of the junkyard door, which in turn I think caused some codes. They did bill the customer to scan the vehicle, but when we got it in and we scanned it, there was a code for the calibration of the camera that's underneath the mirror. There was other codes, I think, with the modules inside the door. All of the wiring that was inside of the door, they just pulled it off. So there's little clips that actually it snaps into certain points of the door. They were all broken off, so the wires were kind of flopping around in there. They have overspray all over the window regulator. They did some damage to the interior trim on the door. When they were sanding it for paint, there's all sanding scratches all along his upper moldings here. Again, there's more dirt in the paint up across the top there. There's tons of dirt here and fish eyes. There's a super hard line in the jam here. When they did refinish the whole door jam, they never took the decals out. They just masked them out instead of just taking them off and buying new ones. But normally what we would do is we would take the doors off and paint the whole door jam and the back panel and the uniside at the one time. So there's no tape line in here, so it's not a dead giveaway that the car's been repaired before. In this case, they painted that first. There's lots of dirt inside of there. Then they put the doors on and then made a hard tape line up around here. There's a super hard tape line along the back side of the glass. They could have even tried to pull the rubber back and let the paint blow down and behind, but they didn't do that. But they really should have just taken the glass out on the front and the back. On the back of the car, I think they tried to remove the bumper because there's some splits here, and I think they probably had a hard time getting it off, and in turn left it on. And when they ran masking tape along here, they missed and they got up onto the body of the car. So there's like a real hard tape line that feels real sharp on the edge of the quarter panel that you can clearly see. His tail light's loose. There's tape lines in the jam here. Just generally kind of a pretty sloppy repair. It could be avoided if you did a little research up front, read some reviews, picked a shop that was looking out for his best interest instead of maybe looking out for the insurance company. We tend to see this type of repair a little too often. It's kind of sad because in this case, the cost to repair this vehicle has now exceeded the value of the vehicle and causing it to be a total loss. I know the customer is very upset because he specifically located this vehicle for all of its options and the packages that it has, and now he's got to go out and start the process all over again. This is Dean at Autotech. Check us out at autotechcollision.com, and we have more post-repair inspections on YouTube.